yeah, Schizo Jitsu here talking Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz this Saturday in Texas, August 5th. And I mean, it's an exciting fight. I think it's going to be a banger. The co-mains, Heather, the Heat Hardy, and Amanda Serrano. Today they had they had a press conference and face off. Jake was talking his shit, talking crap the whole time, trying to get Nate to talk crap, and he didn't really do too much. You know what I mean? Like he even said, "Talk your shit, Nate," and Nate kind of just put the mic away, push it away a bit. I was like, whatever, ready to walk off at any moment. And who knows? He's been walking off. He walked off on the first stare down, first press conference, and then when in the interview, a little face off with Ariel Hawani. They did that one too, which was kind of weird to have Ariel Hawani in that position, like a Max Kellerman, when at least Max, he really knows his boxing a lot more. Ariel's more about the MMA game. It's a little weird there. And Ariel's always trying to, kind of pick fights a little bit, stuff like that. I mean, it's just, and get the fighters just against each other. You know what I mean? So it's kind of whatever. It's a little cringy what Ariel does a little bit, in my opinion. But, Nate is must-see TV. Nate's the A-side in this fight. Jake Paul, I mean, yeah, he's doing his thing, YouTube, putting a lot of eyeballs on boxing. But, I mean, we know Nate Diaz is the one who's getting the views. He's had Connor fights, 2 Connor fights. I mean, so everything he does, Leon Edwards, he actually dropped Leon Edwards in the 5th round of their fight. So legendary MMA fighter, always basically been boxing his whole career and kind of just life, since he started fighting and training. So, he's getting up there as, late 30s, whatever. I don't know, he was 36, 38, something like that. But I think with his style, like if he could put the volume and he's in that type of shape, he could do something with Jake. Jake's a little more inexperienced when it comes to that, but Jake's been training nothing but boxing, and he's young, he's athletic, strong, fast. He's got those type of physical, advantages. But Nate has the experience, how many fights he's had, 30, 40 some fights, MMA, but always been boxing, sparred with Andre Ward, training with, potential world champions, just contenders, 30-1 boxers. So, I mean, and also Jake Paul, he's training with the legendary Shane Mosley. So it's not like he's just he started training with, and then he moved over and then had another training trainer for a while, and then went back to Shane Mosley. But yeah, the undercard, actually the co-main and the co-main is not bad either. You got the co-main is Heather Hardy. She's going to fight Amanda Serrano. Hardy also fought MMA before, so there's still that same theme, MMA versus boxing somewhat. Serrano she's been on a couple of Jake Paul cards already, and so she's right there, and she's at top of the heat. You know what I mean? So that should be a banger too. I mean, Amanda Serrano brings it. Heather's definitely tough, a lot bigger, taller. You'll see on the stare down. But also we got and the co-main is Jeremy Stevens versus Chris Avila, who both have obviously Jeremy Stevens, UFC knockout type legend. I mean, crazy, power, banger of a fight, always in a good fight. It's never a boring fight with Jeremy Stevens. And then he's boxing. So Chris Avila, he trains with Nate Diaz, they're boys. He has good boxing, has good hands, so they're definitely gonna put on a show right there. I don't know how many rounds that is, maybe 6 to 8, I assume, because the main event's gonna be 10. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what would be going with that, but yeah. So this is Heather the Heat and Amanda, and you can see like Heather is way bigger than Amanda, a little bulkier too. Maybe that's just the whole MMA experience, where it's just you're working different muscle groups, you're getting bigger, you're putting on more size. But at the end of the day, this is gonna be Amanda's world, and apparently they're friends though, so there's there's no bad blood here, no one talking crap about each other or whatever. It's gonna be just professional, try and rip each other or knock each other's heads off on Saturday. But yeah, like I said, that's a good fight right there. I mean, it's a banger of a fight. And you got here you got Nate Diaz and Jake. Let me write it a little bit. Too much. Nate walking up, got his swag, does as usual. Put his high guard up. Got a little bit of bigger arms on him right there. Got some guns on him. And then Jake Paul does it too. Emulates. That kind of shows right there that Nate Diaz is a little dictating the pace of everything so far. Kind of like, like whatever, like Jake Paul is telling him like, talk your shit, Nate, talk your shit. Like he's trying to talk crap, call him a bitch, all this crap, trying to get under his skin. And Nate's kind of like, nah, I'm not having it. He just pushes it away. He pushes the mic away like, I'm not going to talk crap because you're telling me to talk crap. Like I'm not here to talk crap. End of the day, it's a fight, right? So it's like he puts his hands up, then Jake Paul does it. He always has this, that 209 Stockton swag to him anyway, gang of homies with him, whatever. So he has that already. That's just what him and Nick, they've always been that way for as long as I can remember. And I've seen pretty much their whole careers, both of them. So it's like they've always had that kind of this, whatever. So, that attitude about them, like, like they don't play, but they're cool, whatever. But you got Jake Paul, like now he's trying to do that too and have his guys, that, they're thugs. And they get into it a little bit more of a shoving match, which, like I said, what's up with the robot? The robot's just all big and doesn't do anything. He's just there, I guess, just for moral support. I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know. Jake Paul, he has the advantages here. He should get this fight, but you got Nate Diaz who don't care, who's, he's a beast. He's a beast in every way. He's a triathlete, So you're not gonna out cardio Nate Diaz in 8-10 rounds. See, here's start shoving. See the robot's just over there on the side, not really doing much. Oh, they're shoving match. These guys are just a bunch of shoving, But who knows what happens backstage? Because it's like it seemed like security kind of got Nate's guys out to the side, the left side. Oh damn, the zone. Shit, my bad, the zone. Thanks for your footage, but yeah, I'm not gonna watch too much of their stuff. Or that was it right there. But yeah. So I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Who takes it? How? I could see a world where Nate Diaz is kind of just, pitter pattering, doing his little lulling you to sleep, just like not too much on the shots, and just putting a pressure on him going forward, and just a slow slaps, and then just put some heat on it. Like he'll do the slap thing, then he'll put some heat on one, and or go to the body. And I think also it could be he got the clinch game, So it's like just from the jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai and everything else, just for the years of sparring and training. He's been training, over 20 years probably sparring with, and great guy. Sparring with the best. Jake Shields in that camp for, been training with forever. You got Nick Diaz. You got all these guys that they're training with, Kron Gracie, even just jiu-jitsu-wise. We're talking, that's jiu-jitsu, but as far as just grappling and strength and grip strength and clinch game, he throws some kicks occasionally. So, he does do some Muay Thai. And there was a time where that's all it was kickboxing. But, according to Nate and what everyone says, he's sparred with Andre Ward, who was a freaking gold medalist or world champion, retired undefeated. Multiple world champion, beast, of a fighter at middleweight. I remember seeing that I've seen a lot of his fights too, not the prettiest style himself, some not gonna say ugly, but, not the most, like just not a Roy Jones Jr. style. He's a more gritty type, get in your face, use a lot of clinching and just wear you out in another way. So that was pretty much his style, But yeah, we got here. Yeah, so that was that. That was my reaction to that. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Who's taking this? I'm leaning Nate Diaz just because of the training. He looks like he's in good shape. Obviously, we know Jake Paul's in shape. He's jacked. He's whatever. I don't know if he's doing the Mexican supplements or not. Who knows? I know they're not testing, but if he is, in fair game. Nate, I know he's a clean athlete, so I don't know if he'd do that, but he just with the weed, the ganja, the ganja diet. So, which, is also like a performance enhancer if you think about it. In my eyes, it is, So, yeah. So I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. I got Amanda Serrano beating. I got Jeremy Stevens. I like Avila. He's an up and coming kid, quick. He might have a little more experience because he's had some pro fights and boxing already. So he might have that. But Stevens is just a dog, and this is what his world, and this is what he always wanted to do. And when it comes down to just being rougher and throwing bombs and taking shots, you got to go with Stevens on that. Just the MMA, toughness is a little different. The technical ability might not be as crisp as someone who's a seasoned boxer, but that also the toughness and like I said, the clinch, and you could tell like someone's strong and a little bit stronger in those exchanges, and they're used to it, so it might not gas their arms as much as it does a boxer, or whatever. We'll see though. Because Jake Paul, he's going to have to come out firing too in the main event. He's going to have to come out firing, throwing a lot of heavy shots, trying to back Nate up because, and hurt Nate early, I think, because then if it starts to get to a pace where Jake starts his volume starts slowing down, and Nate starts pumping up his volume and getting it going, that could back Jake up, which I don't think he wants to be. I think he wants to be in the center of the cage, setting up that big right hand, setting up the shots, throwing jabs, throw jab of the body. He's got a nice little left hook too. And Nate's not as so much technical, but he rolls with punches well, and he takes a shot. We all know that. It might be different with the boxing gloves, 10-ounce gloves. I mean, they're using 10 or 12, I don't know, whatever it is, but definitely that's definitely gonna feel that a lot more. There's a lot more padding. People think, you're gonna hit a lot harder with the MMA gloves, but I mean, I hit the heavy bag with MMA gloves and punching, just with boxing gloves, and you definitely get more of a pop with the boxing gloves. And if you get hit with that, it's definitely going to have more on it. There's more padding. You can throw a lot more reckless abandon, than you can with an MMA glove. You can still hurt your hand, or you're not going to throw as hard. It feels good, don't get me wrong, but it's just not as solid, so cuts wise and stuff like that, maybe it's a little different, but I mean, I think just like in the clinch, Nate could be a little stronger if he could lean on him a little bit. Jake's going to be the bigger guy, like overall, like just wideness and just kind of buffness type thing, Nate's still going to be strong, and he's still tall. He's probably still cutting. He's probably still walking around 200, 210 to cut down to 185. Same thing as Jake walks around. Or Jake just seems like he's always in like Jack type mode and fit, because he's always training. He's working so hard, passionate about it. Same thing with Nate, though. It's just more of a lifestyle and just a lifelong martial artist mentality and mindset. So, he's doing triathlons, swimming in the ocean, doing all kinds of crazy stuff, bikes, and still bong rips and still training, boxing. And I don't know if he's doing the jiu-jitsu stuff as much now, but it's just concentrating nothing but boxing. So, I mean, yeah. Let me know what you guys think. Schizo Jitsu. Like, subscribe. And that's all I got for this one. But weigh-ins tomorrow. Let's see how they look at the weigh-ins. And let's go.